Let's talk about something that sounds insane, but is 100% true. You're not the owner of your business. You think you are. You work like hell for it. You pay the bills, take the risks, hire the people, handle the stress, but at the end of the day, the real owner is the state, not you. And once you hear what I'm about to tell you, you'll never look at business ownership the same again. Let's start with a simple fact. 1. You registered your business with the government. Think about that word, registered. You didn't create a sovereign entity. You applied to the state for permission to exist. You gave your business a name, yes, but you also handed over legal control, that LLC or S Corp. It exists because the state allowed it to exist, and it can revoke that privilege at any time. Ask yourself, if you need permission to start, are you really the owner? 2. You don't own your business license. It's leased. Let's say you open a restaurant. You need a business license, health permits, zoning clearance. You need a license to play music, a license to serve alcohol, a license for outdoor seating, and every one of those can be revoked or denied renewal. What does that sound like to you? A free business? Or a conditional lease agreement with the government as your landlord? If they don't like what you say, how you operate, or even what you post on social media, they can pull it. Instantly. You're not a business owner, you're a licensed operator inside a government-controlled sandbox. 3. The state gets paid before you do. Let's say your business makes $100,000. Now let's watch it disappear. First, you pay sales tax on every transaction. Then, you pay payroll tax for your employees. Then, you pay property tax if you own your building. Then, you pay self-employment tax or corporate tax. Then, you pay income tax personally on what's left. And depending on your state, you may pay franchise tax, gross receipts tax, or even business privilege tax. Yes, that's a real thing. And after all that, maybe you're allowed to keep a few crumbs. The state takes its cut before you even pay yourself a dollar. What kind of ownership is that? It's more like a government partnership, where you do all the work and they take half the profit. 4. They can seize your business without conviction. Civil asset forfeiture. Ever heard of it? In many states, the government can take your business property even without charging you with a crime if they suspect something shady is going on. You don't even have to be guilty. Due process, optional, proof, not required, getting it back, good luck. And if you refuse to comply with certain policies, they can fine you into bankruptcy, freeze your assets, or shut you down outright. 5. You don't own your employees. This is where it gets weird. You think you hired someone? No, you're just paying a person the government has control over. The IRS determines how you classify them. The labor board tells you what hours they can work, what benefits you must offer, and how to handle terminations. Discriminate in any perceived way, intentional or not, and you'll be fined or sued. Ask the wrong question in an interview. That's a lawsuit. You can't fire a poor performer without risk. You can't even set certain dress codes in some states without legal pushback. You're not managing employees. You're dancing around regulations that change every year. 6. You can't leave the country without permission. For taxes. Let's say you make it. You build a 7-figure business. Now you want to move somewhere with fewer rules. Maybe Dubai or the Caribbean. Think you can just pack your bags? Wrong. The US is one of only a few countries that taxes based on citizenship, not residency. That means if you're an American citizen, the IRS expects its cut no matter where you live or earn money. And if you try to renounce your citizenship, you pay an exit tax based on your net worth just for the privilege of no longer being their financial asset. Tell me again, who owns who? Banks report your activity to the government. If you deposit or withdraw more than $10,000, that's flagged. If you make suspicious transfers, maybe to crypto or foreign accounts, that's flagged. Try withdrawing large cash amounts often. You may be investigated for structuring, even if you're just being cautious. Banks can freeze your accounts with one phone call from the state. Your money isn't money. It's state-monitored digits in a database, and they can erase them if they choose. 8. The illusion of ownership keeps you working harder. Now, here's the kicker. The state doesn't want you to know any of this, because once you believe you own your business, you'll pour your soul into it. You'll grind for 14-hour days. You'll reinvest, expand, hire more people, and through it all, you'll keep paying taxes, renewing licenses, following their rules. They don't need to own your business in name, they own it in function. It's the perfect illusion. A free citizen running a free business in a not-so-free system. So what do? You don't give up, but you get smarter. You learn the tax code. You structure your business intelligently. You use trusts, loopholes, and asset protection tools the wealthy use. You diversify income outside of government control, like crypto, offshore entities, or online platforms. You build backup plans, you build leverage, and most importantly, you stop pretending this system is fair. You stop calling yourself a small business owner and start calling yourself what you really are. A gladiator in a rigged arena, fighting a hidden enemy that wears a suit and prints laws like lottery tickets. Ownership is a mindset, but freedom is a strategy. If you want real control, you have to outsmart the system, not just operate inside it. Because if you don't own your business in structure, contracts, and protections, then it's not your business. It never was.